A police officer's job comes with a lot of responsibility. But what happens when they embark on a power trip, even failing to sympathize with an innocent veteran? On December 5th, 2020, Lieutenant Karen Nazario was driving in his newly purchased car when Officer Daniel Crocker signaled him to pull over for a missing rear license plate. Nazario slowed down and activated his indicator, but instead of pulling over on the side of the road, he drove to a well-lit gas station and stopped. During the case, Officer Joe Gutierrez also joined in, and they both started to act aggressively as they got out of their patrol cars.
Put your hands out the window!
Felony traffic stop, 1836.
Put your hands out the window! Turn the vehicle off! Put your hands out the window!
How many occupants?
How many occupants are in your vehicle? Open the door slowly and step out! Open the door! Get out the car!
Both of the officers had their weapons drawn out and began shouting at the lieutenant, who remained seated in his car. You must know that the lieutenant was also wearing his uniform.
Get out of the car now!
Open the door! Get out the car!
Hold still, hold. Keep your hands outside the window. Keep your hands outside the window. Get out of the car now!
Get out of the car!
Now! Get out of the car now!
The lieutenant, who was visibly petrified with the situation, refused to step out of his car. Seeing his dissent, the officers kept getting impatient, showing no signs of calming down.
Get out of the car now! Yo, what? Guess what? I'm a veteran too. I learned to obey. Get out of the car! Get out of the car now! What's going on? You're fixing to ride the lightning, son. Get out of the car now! Get out of the car now! Get out of the car!
Sir, just get out the car! Work with us and we'll talk to you. Get out the car!
You received an order. Obey it!
As the cops got closer, the lieutenant started to plead his innocence and express his concerns. However, once again, the officers refused to listen, worsening the situation.
I'm honestly afraid to get out. Can I?
Yeah, you should be. Get out!
What's
Get out!
going on?
Get out the car!
Get out
I
now!
have not committed any crime.
You're being stopped for a traffic violation. You're not cooperating at this point right now. You're under arrest for. You're being detained. Okay, you're being detained for obstruction of justice.
Traffic violation. I do not have to get out the vehicle. You haven't even told
Really?
me why I'm being stopped.
Really?
Get
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
your hands off me.
Get out of the car.
Get your hands off me.
You know what?
Get your hands off me.
Not a
Get your hands
problem.
off me.
Back up,
I
Daniel.
didn't do anything.
Officer Gutierrez was the aggressor, as he seemed to be on a power trip. However, he soon did the unthinkable as he made the drastic decision to use force.
I'm trying to talk
Get out.
to you.
Okay.
I'm trying to
I'm gonna
talk.
talk.
Get out.
Just get out of
Relax.
my car.
Can you please
Get out.
relax? Can
Get
you
out.
Please relax.
Get out of the car right now.
This is
Now.
not how you treat a vet. I'm actively serving this country, and this is how you're gonna treat me.
Back up, Daniel.
I didn't do anything.
Back up.
Whoa, hold on.
Daniel.
What's going? Hold on.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car now.
The poor lieutenant was mercilessly pepper sprayed as the other officer looked on. Making the situation more alarming was the fact that he also had his dog seated in the back.
Get out of the car now.
Sir, just get out the car!
I'm trying to breathe.
Get out of the car now. Yeah, get out of the car and get on the ground now. You're gonna get it again.
I don't even want to reach my seatbelt.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car.
Seeing the horrendous situation, Officer Daniel tries to intervene and assist the lieutenant, but Officer Gutierrez has an appalling reaction to this.
Listen, take off your seatbelt and get out of the car.
Look, I'm just gonna please.
You're gonna do what you're told. Get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the. Take your seatbelt off.
Look, my hands are out.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car.
Hands are out.
Don't reach in there, Daniel. Don't reach in there.
My hands are out. Please. Please, look. This is really messed up. My dog is in the back. My dog is choking right
Get
now.
out of the car.
Seeing the officer have no respect for the uniform is disheartening, and even after bringing the veteran to tears, the officer had no intentions of de-escalating the situation.
Take your seatbelt off. What are you, a specialist, corporal? What are you?
I'm a lieutenant.
Lieutenant, get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. You made this way more difficult than it had to be if you just complied. Get out of the car.
I'm reaching for my seatbelt.
Fine. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Straight onto the ground. Straight onto the ground.
Ma'am.
Is your commanding officer
Down. Let's go.
Is your commanding
Let's
officer-
go.
Pepper spraying the victim wasn't enough, as Officer Gutierrez resorted to using more force against the poor man.
Get on the ground. Get on the
Can you
ground.
please talk to
Get
me
on the
about what's
ground
going
now.
on?
Get on the ground or you're getting sprayed again. Get on the ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Get on the
going
ground. Get on the ground now.
Can you please talk to me
Get on
about
the
what's
ground.
going
Get on the
on?
ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Yes, sir.
going on?
You're not.
Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Why am I being treated like this? Why?
Because you're not cooperating. Get on the ground.
Why am I being treated like this? This is really messed up. This is really messed up.
Sir, well, just work with me.
Officer Gutierrez not only pepper sprayed Nazario, but also delivered a couple of knee strikes to his legs after he refused to get on the ground. Nazario was eventually handcuffed and stayed in cuffs for around 20 minutes before the officers realized that he was up to no harm. Without issuing any citations or filing charges against him, the officers allowed Nazario to continue on his way. However, the incident was posted online, and after severe public backlash, Officer Gutierrez was fired from the Windsor Police Department. That wasn't the end, as in April 2021, Lieutenant Nazario filed a lawsuit against the two officers, accusing them of racial profiling and assault. He also sought $1 million in damages. However, the jury mostly sided with the officers and gave Nazario a meager $3,685 in damages. Nazario filed an appeal, but as of now, the case is still pending. However, that's not the last time a police officer arrested the wrong person, as this time they detained an innocent law student.
My mom does not want me to be driving at night, and that's why I stopped in Russellville for the first time.
On August 20th, 2020, Marion Humphrey Jr., a law student from Fayetteville, was making his way back to his hometown of Little Rock in a U-Haul with his belongings inside. While Humphrey was driving, Trooper Stephen Payton accelerated to speeds of up to 100 miles per hour to catch up to him. Nervously, Humphrey missed the exit, prompting Trooper Payton to pull him over.
He's making me go to his vehicle.
Calm down, you're on camera. I don't want you almost wrecked your truck, so I'm checking. Here, step over here. You put your hand down. What? Where you headed to?
I guess that I'm going to Little Rock. And,
What's that?
I wanted to stop a night here,
Okay.
but I'm going to Little Rock.
Humphrey was the son of a retired Pulaski County Circuit Court judge, and the first thing he did after getting pulled over was to call his father.
I do want to stay here. Daddy, I missed the turn, and now I need to figure out how I get on back here to 81.
I give you instructions. Where are you coming from today?
From Fayetteville.
Oh, okay. What do you got? What are you going to Little Rock for? You live in Little Rock?
That's where I live.
Oh, okay. What's going on in Fayetteville?
That's where I go to school.
Oh, okay.
Payton showed no interest in the phone call and started interrogating Humphrey, who was clearly feeling the pressure as he stumbled upon his words.
And my parents didn't want me to stay tonight because of COVID-19. I'm going to be in the house. So I'm staying in another place for 2 weeks, but I can't move into that.
Okay.
I'm staying into another apartment with my parents
Why don't you just go all the way to Little Rock today?
because I can't move in tonight.
You're moving into Little Rock?
Yes. I can't go all the way tonight, and I just might.
Okay.
I just have to stay in a hotel. I thought it would be cheaper.
So what's in here? You like your furniture and stuff?
Everything.
Noticing his nerves, Trooper Payton decided to bring that into the conversation, and it steered the discussion completely in another direction.
You still nervous? You still look nervous?
Still nervous.
Is there anything illegal in there or anything?
Not at all.
You got no guns or
I don't
drugs?
have anything in there.
Okay. All right. Nothing to be nervous about. You're not even gonna get a ticket.
Hope not.
You're not. Ain't that? This guy's super nervous. Hands are trembling, voice is shaky. He's got his dad on the phone. I don't know why you wouldn't just go all the way to Little Rock from Fayetteville.
Although Humphrey did appear a tad nervous, this alone isn't enough for the officer to detain him or conduct an investigation. The officer must have a reasonable articulate suspicion to justify pulling him over. Despite this, the officer kept on going with his questioning.
Yeah, you about wrecked your truck back there. That's why I stopped you.
Okay.
That's a line back there.
I didn't wreck it. I just
You almost
I almost
did.
went into the exit, and I was like, I don't. I think
Yeah.
that's the right exit or not. I've
that's-
never
that's
stopped
what
in
my-
Russellville.
That's no big deal. That's just my job, making sure nobody's gonna have a wreck out here.
Okay, but now you're asking all these other questions.
Yeah, because you're super nervous, so I'm trying to figure out why you're so nervous.
Because it's a police. The police. I don't get stopped.
Humphrey's father, who had been on the call throughout, decided to step in and talk to the officer. However, Officer Payton appeared to take exception to this.
Okay.
You say what, Dad? You say what? Can you speak with him? He's a lawyer.
Okay, why does he need to speak to me?
Because I just don't know why I'm stopped.
I told you why you're stopped.
Okay, all right. You don't
I'll
have
talk to him.
Okay, I'll take it back. I'm sorry, sir.
You want me to talk to him or not?
No, it's fine. What do I need to do?
Okay. Well, is there anything illegal here?
Nothing.
Given the frequent videos on social media depicting police brutality, Humphrey's fear was justified. However, just then, Payton proposed something even more alarming, pushing Humphrey dangerously close to panic mode.
No, I do. I do. We can't.
You do mind?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what if I bring a dog out here?
No, I can't do it. It's like, you said it doesn't have anything to do with the potential wreck.
Okay, so here's how it works. I get probable cause to stop you. I did that. When I get up here and make contact with you, you are super nervous. Your hands are shaking, they're still shaking. Your voice is shaky. So then that makes me suspicious that it's more than just you missed your exit.
Humphrey was visibly petrified by Payton's proposition of bringing a canine over, and he even explained the reason to the trooper, who felt no empathy towards his concerns.
He wants to talk to you, sir. Yeah.
Okay. So if I bring a dog, is it going to alert on anything?
Yeah, no, it's not going to alert on anything. I promise you. I honestly just don't want to get shot. Yeah, that's all, and I'm sorry about that. It happens. I know it happens. So I honestly, I don't want you to bring a dog because I don't think that's fair to me as a citizen, as someone who, if the only thing I did was kind of like.
The trooper gave him two options, and Humphrey was clearly against the canine unit being called on the scene, so he had to agree with the other one. However, he had no idea Payton would go back on this decision as well.
Well, if you don't want to bring a dog, just let me look in here real quick and I'll get you down the road. I don't have to bring a dog.
I just think that's so invasive of my rights, but you can look in here if you like to. So,
No, have a seat right there. I'm going to get a dog out here.
no, I don't. You can. I don't. You said just look. Which is it? Just look or the dog?
I'm just going to get a dog.
Daddy, can I talk to my dad now? I'm sorry.
But you
I'm
want me to
really
talk to him
dangerous.
twice now.
But can you talk to him in front of me? Because I'm just really nervous now. Because
How old are
I
you?
know I've done it.
How old are you,
I'm
16?
32 years old.
You're a grown man.
Yes, but
Have you ever had any bad dealings with the police?
I haven't, honestly.
Okay.
With that being said, the trooper called for a canine unit, as Humphrey was ordered to wait on the back of his U-Haul. It was almost 20 minutes before the canine arrived, and ended up alerting several spots with the U-Haul. At this point, Humphrey was made to sit in the back of a police cruiser. After the canine search, the officer hurried onto the U-Haul and started looking inside and around the whole U-Haul to find something illegal. They even took out some road reflectors, as they feared drugs might be hidden inside them. Despite an hour-long search, they were unable to find anything illegal in the vehicle. Despite failing to obtain anything, the trooper was still adamant about proving Humphrey guilty, as he now changed his narrative, trying to justify his earlier actions.
He's alerting to the vehicle, which is a rental, so it could possibly be that somebody had something in there before you picked it up. Is that not possible? You're not even getting a ticket, man. You're getting a warning.
Mr. Humphrey only received a warning for reckless driving and was cleared to go on his way. Later in March 2021, Humphrey filed a lawsuit against Payton, claiming that he was stopped solely due to racial prejudice. The case proceeded to trial, but it was later revealed that Payton paid Humphrey $35,000 to settle the case and additionally covered $232,500 in costs, which included attorney's fees. Despite this settlement, Mr. Humphrey remained unhappy seeing that Payton was still on the force. Trooper Payton's actions were bad enough, but even they pale in comparison to what these cops did to this innocent man.
Turn around, put your hands in the car.
What I do? Man, what
I do. Y'all ain't telling me what I do, man.
On February 1st, 2016, 3 Georgia police officers were looking for Michael Clay as they held an arrest warrant for him. Shortly thereafter, they observed an individual sitting in a car outside his residence, whom they believed matched the description of the suspect. That's when the officers ganged up on the individual.
What's your name, man? What's your name? I'm going to ask you one more time. We probably need to talk to you. So, what's your name? Stand up. Stand up. Try and put your hands in the car.
The officers were completely mistaken, as the person sitting in the car was 24-year-old Patrick Mumford. However, without any proof of ID, the police officer escalated the entire situation.
Turn around, put your hands in the car.
What I do? Man, what I do? Y'all ain't telling me what I do, man.
Dude, you got a warrant, dude. You got a warrant.
I just came back from my probation officer.
Get your hand off the wheel. This is gonna get bad for you.
No, man. Hey, Jack, call my people, Jack. No, man.
You got a taser?
No.
All right, tase him.
Back up.
Tase
Man,
him.
go ahead.
Tase him.
Come out.
Tase him. Get your hands out now. You got 3 seconds. 3 seconds.
Patrick was still trying to make some sense of the bizarre situation, as he had done nothing wrong. However, the officers seemed to be in a hurry as they ultimately deployed their weapons.
Get off, get off.
Coming out or not?
Dude, stand back, stand back. Get out of the car now. We're not telling you again.
You better get out of the car. Get out of the car.
You have a warrant. Get out of the car. Tase him, tase him.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Man, y'all better leave me alone. Get out of the car. Man, y'all better leave me alone, cousin. Move, Fox, move!
3 officers completely took him under, with one of them resorting to brutal force. Patrick was petrified as he cried for help, but seemingly no one would listen.
Handcuff him now! Handcuff him! You're gonna get it again! Man, I'm cuffed, cousin. I'm cuffed. Hey, Jack, get my... Hey, Jack. Call my people, man. Call my people, Mitchell. Call my people, Jack. Hey, Jack.
After handcuffing him, the officers went over to search him.
I'm gonna get it.
Hold
You gotta,
right.
don't pull it off. You're gonna cut yourself.
He been searched good?
Nope. He keeps reaching for his back. 1203. On scene and visiting. Visiting 7699.
Stop.
Quit resisting.
Got him. I got him, guys. Just get search whatever he's going for.
The officers still couldn't make things easier for him, as he was pinned down on the hood of a police cruiser. Seeing this cruelty, a concerned neighbor came out to give the officers an earful.
You're gonna get tased again in a second. Let me walk. I'm gonna walk. You're gonna get tased again. You stood on my car.
Hey, just stop, man. Stop.
Stop your car. Relax, man. Stop your car.
You need to calm your little self down. Let them do what they need to do. Now, whatever the issue is,
He has-
you're at the wrong place with it at my mama's house.
He has a warrant, ma'am.
He just pulled up out of
Okay,
nowhere.
just calm down. You're not making it no
They're double
better.
locked. Can you give me a pair of gloves, Wilson, so I can get these prongs out?
It seemed like the lady had far more common sense than these sworn-in officers. Moments later, an officer retrieved his wallet only to see his ID and realize the grave mistake they had made.
You got his ID?
Yeah. Hey, get my keys. Get my keys out the
Can't,
car.
right?
Out my car. Come on, these people
Okay,
acting.
dude. Here's the deal, dude.
How long I had a warrant?
I don't know if you got a warrant, because you're not who I'm looking for, but here's the deal. When I ask you for ID because you look a lot like the person we're looking for,
Ow!
At this point, the audacity of the officer to still defend their actions speaks volumes about their sense of entitlement.
you caught yourself a charge you didn't need to catch, man. All you had to do is give me this.
But the way you came up asked me out of nowhere.
Because you look exactly like...
What's the guy name?
Do you know him? Who stays here? Let me ask you that.
He
Is
don't
there
stay
someone?
here.
Is there someone here that stays here that looks like you? Who do you think? Right, go through your brain right now. Think who I might be looking for that looks a little bit like you.
Shit.
This was a classic case of racial injustice, and the cops were only fueling more fire into this by not accepting their huge error.
Michael?
He is not Michael.
Okay, I know that now. But when I walk up there and ask you,
My name's Patrick. No. I said Patrick. Y'all didn't have no right.
we actually do have a right, sir.
Came to the house owner and asked if Mike was here.
Okay.
Yes.
The picture we have,
They look exactly.
They look a good bit alike, man.
Moments later, Patrick's mother also appeared on the scene, and the officers were clearly trying to lie their way out of this.
He had his ID on him. I asked him for his ID 3 times, ma'am. That's all on video. It's all on video. I said, ma'am, dude, let me get your ID. And he started climbing with the car and pulling away from us.
Why would you try to run from the police? He didn't do anything. They thought he was Michael because he pulled up here in the yard like he lived here.
It took these corrupt cops 38 seconds to detain Patrick, and the worst part is their utter lack of remorse for doing such a heinous act to a completely innocent person.
Okay, and we tried. We gave him 4 chances. Right now, we're just obstruction because he didn't want to comply with us, okay, when we asked him for everything. My man,
Instead of giving him a clean chit and apologizing for deploying the taser, the officer ended up arresting him for obstruction. However, soon after this incident, the police department took notice of the incident and launched an internal investigation. The charge against Patrick was dropped, and all 4 officers involved in the scene were disciplined. This was not it, as the city decided to pay Patrick Mumford $100,000 in full payment for all claims against the city and the police department. The police chief also issued a heartfelt apology to the poor victim. Well, that brings us to the end of today's video. All of these incidents highlighted the corruption in police, as innocent individuals are subjected to brutal treatment and arrests. The most appalling thing is that all 3 victims were cleared without any charge. The officers, however, remained unsympathetic and refused to apologize for the things they did. Most of these officers got away with this behavior, despite deserving a punishment and potential charges for their crimes. If you share these concerns, please consider showing your support by liking this video, and also make sure to subscribe to stay informed about future cases like these. Also, if you enjoyed this video, check out the next video right here.